Boy, is it dark out there today. Good morning, USA. How you doing? Let's see here. See if we can get you back in the light here. Again, I'm really sorry for the lighting. It stinks, but it is rather dark. It's been raining all day. Been raining for a few days. Anyway, stand by. Let me see if I can fix that. Be right with you. How's that, folks? We'll do this one way or the other. We'll get it done. Anyway, good morning, USA. Tell you what, we're gonna start off on a little bit different note here. Let's go with a few words out of the King James Version Holy Bible. First, I think we'll see a prayer for President Donald J. Trump. Please bow your heads. Lord God, we pray for our President Donald J. Trump. We pray for our President Donald J. Trump. We ask you to give him courage, give him the strength to fight, to lead on, give him the strength to pursue and to knock over his enemies in the name of Jesus Christ. Now, in that little short prayer I just said, to knock over his enemies, simplicity is we're not fighting a fight of just a political fight. This is a fight of evil, good versus evil, and good must win the fight. And Donald J. Trump is on the side of good, whether you think so or not. He is. So I'm gonna pick a verse or two from the King James Holy Bible. Stand by. How about Matthew? And we'll go chapter 15, verse 10. Take heed that ye despise not one of these little ones, for I say unto you that in heaven their angels do always behold the face of my Father which is in heaven. Esther 1:14. For the Son of Man is come to save that which was lost. How think ye, if a man have 100 sheep, and one of them be gone astray, doth he not leave the 99, and goeth into the mountains, and seeketh that which is gone astray? Luke 15:4. And if so be that he find it, verily I say unto you, he rejoiceth more of the sheep of that sheep than of the 99 which went not astray. Even so, it is not the will of your Father which is in heaven that one of these little ones should perish. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. Leviticus 19:17, James 5:20. But if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one or two or more, that in the mouth of two or three witnesses, every word may be established. Deuteronomy 17:6. And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. But if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as a heathen man and a publican. Romans 16:17. I believe a publican is a little bit different from a republican. Not sure where the political party gets that term, Republican. But a publican is probably something a little different, being that it's in the Bible. Anyway, so, with that being said, and that being done, good morning, USA. Once again, this is Mr. Nick, your host. We're going to do our top news stories, a couple of them. We'll go from the Washington Times today, and this one is, the top news story here is, Pelosi House Dems will try to force Republicans to take stance on Trump-Russia ties. Okay. Pelosi, House Dems, and House Dems will try to force Republicans to take a stance on Trump-Russia ties. My stance, there are none. Period. Yeah, that's my stance. No collusion by the Trump family whatsoever. That's my stance, and I will stand by it very, very, very firmly. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi announced plans Friday to force House Republicans to take on record positions on President Trump's possible Russian ties. There are none. That's my stance, and I'm sticking to it. Republicans in Congress should stop hiding and stop hiding the truth from the American people. Ms. Pelosi, California Democrat. Excuse me, that's Mrs. That's Pelosi. Mrs. Pelosi. I'm saying it incorrectly, purposefully. Actually, we should say Mrs. Insane Pelosi. She's insane if she believes that crap. So anyway, anything the Democrats that are in office, and Nancy Pelosi has been in office way too long, she must be impeached. Nancy Pelosi must be impeached. Must be impeached. Along with Chuck Schumer. Everybody, a lot of people know him as Chuck Schumer, but he is Chuck Schumer. Or Chuck Schumshitter. And a couple of the other crazies that are in office are just, and Bernie Sanders has got to go too. After all, his initials are BS. Anyway, let's go in here and get going with this article again. Republicans in Congress should stop hiding. They're not hiding anything. That's my words. Stop hiding the truth from the American people, Mrs. Pelosi, California. Mrs. Insane Pelosi, California Democrat, said in press briefing on Capitol Hill. Again, this is from the Washington Times. She plans to offer resolutions that, if not acted on in committee, will then force an entire House vote, something Republicans are likely to try to avoid. House Democrats are not going to let Republicans off the hook on this, she said. We will force Republicans to take votes on the record to continue hiding the facts from the American people. There are no facts of Russian collusion between the Trump family and Russia, period. If you're smart and if you're awake, you don't believe anything the Democrats tell you anymore. The current ones in the current House and Senate are all liars. All of the Democrats, including some of the Republicans. Those that are Republican in name only, that includes John McCain, formerly known as McCain, but he is a Payne, so he is McPayne. Or McStain, whichever you like. Alright, so as far as Democrats that are still in the White House, we've got to get them out. Let's all go to petitions.gov via the White House website. Create petitions, and get them out and signed, and get people to sign them. We must impeach all current loser Democrats that are in the White House. Not in the White House, in the Congress and Senate. They've been there way too long. Let's get the average American, those who come from America and who believe in the average American and the reality of the American dream. Okay? So anyway, Mrs. Pelosi wants to see all electronic communication, see if Mr. Trump really had no knowledge of his son, Donald Trump Jr. This is all made up. It is made up by the Clintons, Soroses. This is my belief, firmly. Clinton, Soros, and all the others. The DNC. The DNC was hacked from an inside source. And many of you already know who that is. I'm not going to name names. It just simply is. So anyway, it is important that we see all electronic communications, whatever it happens to be, Mrs. Pelosi said. Did he convey the spirit of that message to the president? The American people have a right to know. Of course we do. But there's nothing to know. So our right to know is to know that there's nothing to know. Donald J. Trump and any of his family, absolutely no collusion. There's nothing to Democrats, who, by the way, are socialists. They're not Democrats. They're not the true Democrats that started out early on. Maybe they are. Maybe I've got that wrong, because I'm learning as I go with the Democrats what kind of party they actually have been for a long time. But they're very crooked, and their only goal is to see duly elected citizen of the United States dragged out of office by their hands and not give you or I our due vote as a citizen. So you, America, must fight. Fight on. Rise up, America. Rise up. All right? What I'm saying by that is we must fight all this garbage, the DNC and all the Democrats, all those loser, libtard, ridiculous socialists. I like to call them fascists, because that's what they are. This is getting ridiculous. There is no collusion, and there never has been, with the Trump family with Russia, ever. That's a bunch of bull. I mean, that is my firm belief, and there's nothing anyone can say in the comments that will change my mind. So anyway, let's get on here. So anyway, we're going to do kind of a short series, because Mr. Nick here has got to go to work pretty soon. How would you like a little weather this morning? We'll kind of do some weather. As I get into this, I'll provide more spots on the map with weather. So currently in Traverse City, Michigan, it is 63 degrees. It feels like 63. High is 71. No lightning in the area. Current closest lightning strike would be 430 miles away. And so next up on the list is somewhere on Eastern Shore of Maryland. It is currently 83 out there. Feels like 91 with a high of 89 expected. Current winds are at 7 miles an hour with gusts south 10 miles an hour. Closest lightning strike in your area is 140 miles away. Again, folks in Maryland on the Eastern Shore there, please hydrate yourself well, as your heat index is pretty high out there. And for Naples, Florida, we have a high of 83, which has a feels like temperature of 91, with an expected high of 88. Your closest lightning strike in Naples, Florida is 88 miles. Please stay alert. Again, this is coming courtesy via WeatherBug from Germantown, Maryland. Hope WeatherBug from Germantown, Maryland doesn't mind the plug. And we have your current temperature for Claxton, Georgia, in that area. 85 is current temperature with feels like of 93, high of 94 expected. Again, stay hydrated. Your heat index is pretty high out there. Your closest lightning strike in Claxton, Georgia is 198 miles away, which means no lightning nearby, so you guys don't have to worry too much about that one today. But please do keep yourself well hydrated. And for Big Rapids, Michigan, being I live in northern Michigan, Big Rapids, Michigan is a currently 66, feels like 66, high is 70 expected. Closest lightning strike to Big Rapids, Michigan is 354 miles away, which is far away, as compared to some. Cadillac, Michigan, we have current temperature of 64 with a high of 68 expected. Winds are at 9 miles an hour. Closest strike in the last 30 minutes is 392 miles from Cadillac, Michigan. Your current conditions for Pawtuska, Michigan. Current temperature is 64 with a high of 70 expected. Feels like 64. And your closest lightning strike there in Pawtuska, Michigan is 463 miles away. Okay. Your weather for Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is 86. Feels like 99. High at 89. And they've kind of almost already surpassed that. Your low is 78. Again, those of you in those areas with a high heat index, please stay hydrated. Stay well hydrated. As that can be very hard on your body. Your closest lightning strike from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is 244 miles away. And here we go. One for Grand Rapids, Michigan. This is Grand Rapids, Michigan. Current temperature is 71. Feels like 71, high is 74 expected, low of 59. Your current closest lightning strike for Grand Rapids, Michigan is 305 miles away. No need to worry about your lightning strikes there. And then we'll go for Elk Rapids, Michigan. We have a current temperature of 63 with a feels like of 63, high is 67 expected. Current winds in Elk Rapids, Michigan are 11 miles an hour with no gusts. Lightning strike, closest one in 30 minutes, is 439 miles from Elk Rapids, Michigan. Looks like it's kind of raining out there. Alright, folks, so we're going to kind of end it on a short note today. I apologize. I've been having trouble. I've got 2 jobs besides doing this. And one job just doesn't seem to be working too well already. But I've got to go see the other employer about working. Anyway, guys, I've enjoyed this visit. Have a great day. This is Mr. Nick for Good Morning USA. Hope you enjoyed the program. Have a great day. God bless.